Good morning, Mumbox followers, and welcome to our single parent chat. Unfortunately, my interviewee cancelled on me this morning, so it's just going to be me talking about it. Gemma's little boy is sick, so I have rescheduled to next week, not with Gemma, but with somebody else. So here I am today, and a little bit frustrated that, I posted and got a cancellation, a little bit annoyed, but it is what it is, and nothing can be done about it. I've been traipsing around this morning trying to, gathering information, and I'm just going to talk about my week, and I'm also going to talk about single parenting, because I'm a product of, a single parent, but more so in my older years, not in my younger years. So, single parent outcome. Anyway, moving on. So, my week, what have I done this week? So, it's been pretty stressful. Still haven't heard anything about my visa. Our floor needs to be fixed. Our fan broke in the bathroom. Yay! Such is life, on one wage. Anyway, so, and then, of course, this morning this happened. So you can imagine my frustration today. I really don't want to be talking, but I am. So, here it is, and, so I had Botox on Tuesday with, my good friend Samantha at SAS Aesthetics. I can still move my face, which is good, which is what I wanted, but I still feel, I feel refreshed. If you're in the Portsmouth area or Cotton area or anywhere in the Hampshire area, and I do honestly recommend Samantha, she's very gentle and she does a really good job. She was already a nurse, as you can see, because now you can't do any Botox or derma fillers unless you're a nurse first, a qualified nurse, which takes about 3 years. So beauticians cannot be cannot do injectables anymore. Also too, I had my nails done, as you can see. Can you see my nails? Thanks to Nails on Wheels, who is just starting out her business too. She has a son who's 12, and her name is Magda, and she's very careful and precise, and she's still learning. So I've got gel shellac. So if you wanted to, and she comes to you, which is a massive bonus, because I don't work, but I really don't have time for a lot of things, to be honest, or money. So she comes to you and she charges, "Hi Saz, how are you?" She charges £15, and I think for normal shellac gel nails, which are here, as you can see. And she doesn't want to do the spider gel, which is on the top, because it's really quite hard and she didn't really like it. But we gave it a try anyway. So anyway, so in my research this morning, I was looking at flaky people because I'm just, like I said, my person cancelled on me, and I'm sure her son is sick. I'm sure of it. But it just, in the back of my head, I only spoke to her 12 hours before that, so it's kind of like, I want to believe her, but in the back of my head, I'm going, is that really the case? I'm not really that important. Did she just decide that she didn't want to do the interview anymore? I don't know. It really boggles my mind. Anyway, it's just like, so I was reading, apparently it's a scientific thing that they're not conscientious, that people flake on you all the time, or they make up excuses. But also, it says not to take it personally, so I'm not. But I think for me, I'm one of those people that I don't ever really say no, and if I say yes, I'm pretty much always living up to the expectation, like I go. You know, that's what I do, because that's conscientious, or it's the right thing to do. If I say yes, we'll go, then I go. I'm always there, oh, you know what, I really don't want to go right now. But I still end up going because I said yes. I live up to my word. Anyway, so it's just random stuff. So we're talking about single parenting, right? So a couple of friends, hi Bree, how are ya? A couple of friends or people that I know of, acquaintances have had artificial insemination and become a single mother by choice. And you know, you don't really know when you have children that you're going to be a single parent, I guess. So it's talking about, when I was reading, it was talking about like ways of stop apologizing. Yeah, I know. Anyway, yeah, so it talks about like preparing for that. I guess, you know, you make the choice to become a single parent by choice, which is a different kind of thing. I don't really know much about that, so, but yeah, basically, you know, how do you prepare for that? I don't think you can prepare for that at all. Coming from my mum being a single parent, I was lucky. I think I had my dad up until I was 12. Yeah, I had him up until I was 12, and I think my sister was 6, and I think my younger sister, she was just a baby. Yeah, she would have been about a year, if not less. So she never really grew up with a dad, so she was more of a single parent product than really I was. But yeah, anyway, so going back to preparing for it, I don't think you can prepare for it. You know, like, there are questions, you know, how do you prepare for it? Are you financially prepared? Are you know, what's your support network, etc., etc.? Well, you don't know that until you actually have the baby, so, you know, and it's the same with being a single parent, I think. You know, you kind of do what you need to do in that moment. Where is my information? Hold on a second. I was reading about a mum being a single parent and how she was struggling with, you know, the outcomes. Like, she can't buy herself a pair of sneakers until she knows that her 18-month-old has been looked after. You know, and then financially she's working 40 hours, then she has to pay for babysitters or childcare, and the list goes on. And I think when my parents separated, we struggled a bit. We struggled a lot, and I think my mum did too. You know, it's expensive to raise a child, as we were saying last week. You know, we had a lot of second-hand stuff. There was a lot of stuff that we couldn't do. My dad didn't pay maintenance. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of you know, struggles that come with being a single parent. And I think at the beginning, especially for mums, when they first have a baby, I think they live that single parentness a bit, because the dad kind of is home for 2 weeks, the mum's at home all the time. The dad goes out and works, the baby feeds, changes, you know, the routine is with the mother. So I think that's like the single parent time frame. And also because we're obviously hormonal, I think that's when a lot of couples decide to go their separate ways, which is a discussion that we've also had earlier on. Yeah, I take my hat off to single parents too, I really do. Being the mother and the father, and, you know, and dealing with the struggles, I think it's very important. But But yeah, anyway, so not only is it important, it's also, it also depends on whether the ex is toxic, or, what's happened with the situation that that gets you to that point, I guess. Whether they have a relationship with the father, or whether you do, or whether you don't. That's also another thing, because when I started writing my questions last night to this to the interviewee, I was asking about the father. I said, just read over the questions. If you don't feel comfortable answering them, then that's okay. We'll change the questions. So she said, she said she didn't want to talk about the father because she didn't want him to see this vlog, and maybe we can talk about something else. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem, because he's apparently they're going through the court system. So I'm guessing that's a really a difficult one to get your head around, or for me to get my head around, because we never, my parents didn't go to court. And not only that, then reading some blogs and some other instances, single mums, they can't afford to go to court either. So, and take the father to court and do the custody battle and all the other stuff. So, yeah, moving on, so then it comes past that to your personal needs and your sacrifices that you make. I know my mum made heaps of sacrifices. She did shift work. She worked almost all day and all night, if not. She had extra jobs. She did building fences. she did everything. She packed her Woolworths over night time. She slept for 4 hours, then she went and worked again, just to provide for her children. Yeah, so anyway, I think it's really important that, we're aware of this, because, and not only that, what does it say? There are 13 million single parents in the US alone. I don't know what the statistics are in Australia, and I don't know what the statistics are in the UK, because I haven't had a chance to do my research. I've only had about 2 hours after having a breakdown. But so I think we really need to make sure that that's important, because like I said, nothing's normal in our world today. Whether we're a couple, or whether you're a single parent, or whether you're gay parents. Now, I know quite a few friends that are gay parents, or whether you're a single parent by artificial insemination, by choice. I know some gay parents that just adopted a young girl in the US, some friends of mine, and they think that the baby seems perfectly happy. And then I was watching Britain's Got Talent the other day, and there was this amazing young 10-year-old who had the most amazing voice, and her mums were lesbians, and they were on the telly. So I don't think there's anything unnormal about it these days. I think being a single parent is quite normalised now, but once again, we need to take our hat off to the single parents and realise the struggle that they are going through, and what they go through on a day-to-day basis. Same as parenting, everyone deals with it differently, and then also, you've got the other ramifications of not meeting another partner, finding it more difficult to meet someone when you have kids, because you don't have a lot of time for yourself. I think that's one of the major aspects. So next week I am going to be talking to, I'm going live, I think, from my personal page. I'm not sure. I'm trying to work out my pages, because I don't really want to go into my personal page too much. I think it's quite an invasion of privacy, because obviously this is a different kind of thing, and I think last time I went live I had a bit of a freak come up a bit of a creepy, creepy message. So I'm trying to figure out if I can create another page or another profile that I can just go live on with other people, because my actual Mumbox page won't do that. So anyway, back to the point of going live with Jade from Australia, and she has been divorced. Yeah, it's a tough. Yeah, I know. Yeah, thanks, Keisha. Yeah, it is a tough gig, but it's totally worth it, and that's the thing. It is totally worth it. And I think whatever your choice is, it is whatever choice you make, it is totally worth it, and it's totally worth it because of the children, because of the kids. I think, and but I still think it's important to realise how tough it is. So we're going to talk to Jade. She's been divorced, a single mum. She has 3 kids, and she has 3 older kids, I think, and groups. Groups. And she has. Oh my God, I'm seeing Home and Away on the TV. I've not seen Home and Away in years. Anyway, so she has. She has a toddler who's about 18 months, I think, and that will be her second marriage, or second partner to the other 3, and I think he's got he's got children as well. So she's been divorced, she's been a single mum, and now she's a stepmom, and we're going to be talking to her next week live and finding out what her struggles were and how she coped with it and how she dealt with it, and what was what was tough and what wasn't, and how everybody in the family is coping. So that, I think that's an interesting person to talk to, because she's been through all 3. She's going through all 3, which is crazy. My friend's a stepmom too. She's got older kids in their teenagers, and it's hard for her because they're not babies, and she can't talk to them about their things, because she's not their mum. She can't talk to them about personal things, and there's all these different ways of living, isn't there? So you've got your single mums that are tough, you've got your gay parents that, how do you tell that child once they, she came on, how do you tell that child that we're 2 women together? Like, how do you explain it? As well, see, to me that boggles my mind. Like, I'm like, how do I explain it? It's like, how do I explain I'm like going through, how do I explain the birds and the bees to my little girl, and she's only 4, but you're going to get to that point where you do that. So there's a whole bunch of ways of life, and a whole bunch of ways of dealing with things, and a whole bunch of ways of parenting, and I think that we need to, we need to embrace it all, and we need to support each other, especially as mums or dads, I think too, because there are a lot of single dads out there as well. So that's why I wanted to speak to someone today. But also too, I think it's the support as well. I think that if you've got support and someone's got your back, then everything's going to be okay, and that's just how it is. So then going back to having support and having a co-parenting plan, whether that's what you're after. But I was reading an article on Friends, and basically it says mums need to go out with friends twice a week for better overall health. So, not only do you need, especially as single mums, not only do you surround your time with work and children and bills and everything else, as do we. We're only on 1 wage, but yeah, we're like that too. I can't do a lot of things because we're on 1 wage. So, it says it's study, I think Oxford University, women who get together with best friends twice a week where they do things is of utmost importance. Doing things consists of drinking, gossiping, talking, and basically overall girly time. But you don't have to be a night owl or a big drinker, which is what we spoke about last week. The importance is releasing endorphins and laughing and having a giggle with friends. It's supposed to build your immune system. It's supposed to strengthen it, lower your anxiety levels, as well as increase your generosity levels. And I think that's really important. So going back to being just a mum, whether you're single, in a couple, widowed, whatever, I think it's very important to have that friend time, to have those people that you can just go out with and have a good laugh, because that's what you need. I think that's what we all need in life. Yeah, I'm good. Just had a bad week. If you listen to the beginning, I've had a really bad week. So, on that note, we are going to talk to Jade next week, and I'm going to leave you. Because that's all I've got to say, because I've scrambled around this morning trying to find enough information that I could talk to you about. So, thanks for tuning in. Share, like, thanks for being there. I'll see you same time, same place next week.